Hey guys, nice to see you today. Well, in case you haven't heard, but you probably have, DJI announced a new drone today. It is called the Mavic Air, and it's basically all their latest and greatest best technology shoved into the tiniest drone package yet. I watched DJI's presentation this morning and I just want to share some quick thoughts with you guys. And by no means is this going to be a full review. I just basically want to highlight some of the features that stuck out to me as a current Spark owner. The new Mavic Air is jamming all sorts of technology and features into a really small drone package. It's roughly half the size of the Mavic Pro, and it's even smaller than the current Spark. Of course, as you might expect, it can fly farther, higher, faster, and longer than the current Spark. It has a maximum distance of 4 kilometers, a maximum ceiling height of 5,000 meters. It can fly an insane 68.4 kilometers per hour versus the Spark's 50 kilometers an hour. And it has maximum flight time of 21 minutes versus the Spark's 16 minutes. So it has an all-new camera that's capable of 4K video at 30 frames per second and an all-new 3-axis gimbal versus the Spark's 2-axis gimbal. And what's really important with that is when flying the Spark with a 2-axis gimbal, you kind of have to be, a little bit careful about how you're flying. You can't be too rambunctious with it because you just won't get smooth footage. And with a 3-axis gimbal, you can fly a bit more aggressively, knowing that the gimbal is going to take care of that excessive motion for you. The other thing I noticed is that the minimum focusing distance on the Mavic Air is closer than the Spark. The Air will focus as close as half a meter, and the Spark could only focus at 2 meters. And for someone like me who likes flying close to things, that's kind of important. The Mavic Air can capture full HD video at 120 frames per second. And that's going to be just terrific for getting those really cool slow motion shots. And also for the video geeks out there, the Air's maximum video bitrate is 100 megabits per second. Comparatively, the Mavic Pro can only capture video at 60 megabits per second, and the Spark is a meager 24 megabits per second. And basically, the higher the video bitrate, the higher the quality. So that's pretty exciting. The Mavic Air also adds a rear collision sensor, so hopefully that means no more backing up into stuff like you could do with the Spark, which doesn't have a rear sensor. And they also have added a feature called Flight Autonomy 2.0. And basically it's some cameras and some software that helps the Air sort of learn and map its environment. And that's meant to help it avoid obstacles and position itself and hover more accurately. And one final feature that stood out to me is you can now remove the joysticks on the newly designed remote. And for someone like me who takes my Spark and my remote mountain biking, it's always kind of a bit of a struggle to get that remote in the hydration pack. And I'm always worried I'm going to break or damage one of the joysticks. So with the new controller, that's no more because you just unscrew them, stow them in the side of the remote, and you're good to go. So that's basically all the big juicy bits that stood out to me. So now the question is, should you upgrade from your Spark, and will I upgrade from mine? Well, if you just bought your Spark, I would say no. The Spark is a really inexpensive entry point to drone flying, and it's an awesome, capable drone. I would say spend your time just enjoying it, learning it, learn how to become a better pilot, a more confident pilot, build up your experience, and really take the time to learn how to shoot really good video and pictures with your Spark. So will I be upgrading from my Spark to a Mavic Air? Honestly, at this point, I really don't know. I'm really happy with my Spark. I'm really enjoying flying it. And I feel like I am still learning to get the very best video quality out of that device. But that being said, there are some pretty compelling features with the new Air. And one of them is the 3-axis gimbal. And the way I like to fly, low and slow and close to things, a lot of times I'm repeating the same shot over, the same movement over and over again, trying to get a really smooth shot. And a 3-axis gimbal is going to take care of that work for me. Also, having 120 frames per second full HD, that's pretty cool because I can get some really awesome slow-mo shots. Right now the Spark is limited to just 30 frames per second, and yeah, it does kind of feel a bit limiting. Of course, Jen asked me last night, so hey, are you going to be getting that new drone that's coming out? And I pretty much gave her the same answers I gave you guys, and I said, well, I don't know, maybe. I have to think about it. I have to get some more details. I mean, maybe I even have to get my hands on one first. And she said to me, well, if you do get a new one, then I want your old one because I'm going to fly it when you're flying the new one. Oh boy, I've already created a monster. Anyhow guys, those are my quick or not so quick thoughts on the new DJI Mavic Air, and I hope you found that helpful. As always, thank you so much for watching. Questions and comments are always welcome. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you in the next one.